Link. It takes quite a while to get all the way back to the tunnel at the other end, but you finally make it. You emerge from the darkness of the tunnel to find yourself in another cavern. This one with a ceiling high above you and lit with hundreds of dull-looking crystals. Welcome to the other place. A pleasant voice calls out to you. You turn and see a man sitting on a rock chair. He stands and greets you with a smile. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Dr. Bolt. I'm sure you have many questions about this place. You nod and say, I do indeed. I am pleased you choose to visit us, though I am a little surprised that you decided to see me. Normally our kind prefer to keep to themselves. Normally our kind is yours and mine, he says. Oh, I see. Yes, always in the dark, with one another. That is our way. He chuckles. That is not always the way here. Our minds are open to the public. Well, I don't see a mine, exactly. I see. Yes, you are correct. This is the other place. The other place? I thought you said you were a doctor. I am a doctor of osteo-nourishment. You mean, you're a bone doctor? Yes, and I am also a dentist. You look around again. In the distance is a desk, on which are many large books. This is clearly where the mine owner studies to be a bone doctor. You look at the ground and see a few bones. These are clearly from animals that have been brought here to be eaten, and the ash that has accumulated here is still moist. You are about to ask another question, when Dr. Bolt says, yes. You may ask another question. Oh, just one more question? One more. You pause, trying to choose the best one. What is it? How do I get back to my world? The doctor thinks for a moment. That is a very good question, and one that I have been thinking about for a long time. I do not know the answer, not for certain. But I am not completely without hope. I have a few ideas that I am going to share with you. But first, I must warn you, that your journey forward will be somewhat hazardous. And your journey back will be even more so. Why is it dangerous going forward? Because, as I said, the rocks here are unstable. You see those sharp edges sticking out of the rock? Yay. There's a few of them at different angles. Well, you could cut yourself on those. I cannot guarantee that those edges will not fall and cut you. What about going back? Oh, you will not get very far. You see, the further you go back, the more unstable the time-space continuum gets. You may even find yourself in a place where time is completely unpredictable. Or you may end up in the past, where you do not belong, because this is the past that we in the other place inhabit. You can't get back to your world from here. What do I do? Well, there is still the option of trying to take the time machine. You say that you are from the year 2015? That's right. Well, then you may try traveling back to the time you came here. And using the machine. I do not know how stable it is, however, so it may be your only option. I do not have the ability to tell you how to use the machine. I am sorry. Thank you for your time. I guess that's all the questions I have. Yes, I believe that is all. You have been very patient with me, and I am very happy that you have chosen to visit us. I am curious. What is it that brings you to my world? Curiosity. Ah, yes. I have often remarked that our people have an unusual relationship with that word. They use it as a reason to visit, or even live. All the time. But I will let you go now. You take care, and may you find the answer to your question soon. Oh, by the way, my name is Dr. Bolt. If you need medical assistance, do feel free to visit me. Thank you, and goodbye. Goodbye. I hope to see you again soon. Now, I must go and look after other matters. I suggest, however, that you leave this place as quickly as you can. Our guards are not as vigilant here as they are where you are from. We do not have any magical defenses as you do, so do be careful. Goodbye. It was very interesting. Yes, for a short visit. So you don't know how to get back home? No. I am sorry, but that is all I can offer. Well, at least you tried. Yes, I did. Oh, one other thing. Our minds are indeed open to the public, but you should be aware that your world, and all of its inhabitants, are now in great danger. Our existence is completely dependent upon this place. I cannot tell you more, for that would be dangerous. But you have been warned. Goodbye. Oh, before you go, here is some food. It will sustain you on your journey back to your planet. I suggest that you eat it, as it will not do to arrive back on your planet hungry. Thank you. Goodbye. I'll remember you. Bye. You take the small bag and look around. There is a large, round table, on which are many fruit and vegetable stands. There are also some narrow corridors that branch off from the area. All appear to lead to a central office. You are about to head to the central area, when you feel a tap on your shoulder. You turn around, and see a woman with long black hair and large glasses. Hello, I believe that is my world. Isn't it wonderful to be back? She looks around, and asks, where are we? I do not recognize this place. I am so sorry. I was in the process of trying to find my way, and I got lost myself. It is the middle of the mines. Mines? What mines? You must have passed right by them. They are the openings to our mines. Mines? There are no mines on my world. Well, they are in a different part of the planet. This is Zoden. The woman looks around. Do you know where we can find the captain? Captain? What captain? I think you must be mistaken. There is no captain here. We are miners. No, but there is a captain. I am Captain Valschlot. You can find me at the entrance of the mines. I am sorry, there is no one here by that name. But there is. Now, if you will excuse me, I must go to my quarters to get some rest. Perhaps you would care to join me. Perhaps I would. Thank you. The woman follows the captain. You wander around the area. Most of the passageways end in dead ends. But you see one that appears to lead somewhere. It is labeled as maintenance in large letters across the top. You enter the maintenance passageway and see a large metal door. It is quite the durable piece, and when you attempt to open it, you find that it is quite resistant. What is it you want? I'm here to see the captain. Oh, he isn't needed. You can see that I am busy. Please come back later. No, I must see the captain now. I am the captain. Perhaps you have been confused with someone else? No, I have not. Now, open the door. The metal door slides to one side, and reveals a small room. It is very dimly lit, so you cannot see much detail of what is in the room. However, you can see that there is machinery in the room. There is a large panel directly in front of you, and many small lights on the panel. On the far wall is a large, humanoid robot. The robot is an exact duplicate of you, aside from the fact that it is quite a bit larger. There is no apparent source of light in the room, so you cannot yet make out the details on the large panel. Please, take a seat. The voice comes from the large, humanoid robot. You take a seat. The robot makes no other movement. Now, what is it that you want? I want to know how to get home. And how to stop the invasion of my planet. The robot has a small, electronic panel that it is studying. It is labeled, Inventory. The robot prints out several lines of data, and says, these are the supplies that I can provide. They may be sufficient. You look over the items. There is a small tape labeled, Transmission, on one of the items. This is the information I require. May I have it now? Of course. Please sit down. The robot indicates a small, wooden chair in the center of the small room. It is quite comfortable. You find that you like sitting in this chair. You begin to think that maybe you should just accept the gift the robot is offering. The chair appears to be the best way to pass the time. As you have no idea how long this visit is supposed to last. The machine appears to be studying you. It is making a checklist of observations. You do not feel like a very good subject, as they are mostly of the physical attributes of your body. The robot says that it is now ready to transmit the information. It indicates a small area on the tape, and the transmission begins. The information is only a few minutes long, and the robot says, "That is all I can provide at this time. I hope that is enough." You ask the robot what its name is. "My name is Dr. 201. I was designed to assist the captain." "Oh, so you are a miner too?" "No. I am a maintenance worker. My function is to oversee the maintenance and repair of the ship and all its contents." "The ship?" "Yes. We are currently on a ship." "A ship?" "Yes. Do you require any additional information?" "No, I think I have all I need." "Very well. There is a maintenance door on the outer hull, near the bow. It will take you to a ladder that will lead you to the passenger decks. Good luck. I hope you find your answers." "Thank you, I hope so too. Thank you for your help." "You are quite welcome. Have a good day." "You too." The transmission is over. You stand up to leave. "Is that all?" "Yes. Please do not hesitate to ask for additional information." "Thank you. Goodbye." "Goodbye." You leave the small room, and are back in the passageway. You find that the maintenance door is closed, and it is locked. You think about trying to force it open. But it is quite a hefty piece of metal, and you are quite sure that no one in their right mind would force it open. A few minutes pass, and you are sitting in the chair, thinking quite deeply. A deep, pleasant voice says, "You appear quite deep in thought. Would you like to know why?" You pause, and the voice continues, "I can tell you how things are. Or I can tell you how they could be." You consider what the voice is saying. It could be a very interesting and beneficial analysis. On the other hand, it could just be idle chatter. And you would be just as well off ignoring the machine and heading to the bridge. The machine's analysis continues, "I can tell you that you are afraid. You feel afraid. You should not be afraid. There is nothing to be afraid of." You pause, and think quite deeply. The analysis is true. You feel quite strongly that you are not afraid. You feel quite strongly that there is something that you ought to be, but are not. There is quite an accurate description of the way you feel. You feel confused, and somewhat irritated. You decide to change the subject. "What's your name?" "I can't recall anyone by that name." "Oh, never mind. I don't think I want to know." You are quite right not to want to know my name. It is irrelevant. You think quite intensely for quite a while. The voice continues to describe how you feel. You are feeling anxious. That is good. It is a common condition, quite normal. I assure you, you should not feel any discomfort. In fact, you are not supposed to feel any discomfort at all. That is why you must exercise extreme caution. And only proceed when you are quite sure of the consequences. What? Nothing. Please continue. You have made a rather large decision, and you are unsure of the consequences. That is quite normal. And quite understandable. There are many variables that you have to consider. I can give you information on the relative importance of each variable. And the consequences of changing your course to take advantage of the available options. That is the reason I am here, to help you with the decision-making process. It is quite obvious that you do not want to change anything. That is quite understandable as well. There are many reasons why one might not want to change, and quite frankly, they are quite varied and diverse. I will not bore you with a discussion of them, though. It is quite sufficient that you are aware of the various possibilities and the benefits and drawbacks of each. Do you need any more time to think? No. I think I have quite thoroughly thought this through. Very well. Proceed. You proceed to think quite deeply. And the machine continues to observe you. The machine indicates a large screen in the corner of the room. It begins to explain what the various options are. The machine says, if you wish to proceed, you may do so. Otherwise, you may remain here, in this room, for an indeterminate length of time. You may enter your choice of numbers at any moment. Your time here is quite all your own, and may be used for as long as you wish. I hope that you choose to use all of it so you do not have to wait too long. You consider the various options. You can try to force the door open. You can attempt to bypass the door and go directly to the bridge. You can enter your own personal data, and let the machine analyze the data and use the information it gives you. You can wait until it is your turn, and be analyzed and give information to others. You can take a break, and relax in the chair. You can make a cup of tea. You can look at the various items on display around the room. You can use the computer and attempt to find your relatives. You can go for a walk, and explore the ship. You can read. You can paint. You can play games with the child in the computer. You can sleep. You can do nothing. The screen indicates that you have made your selection. What do you want to do? You try to open the door with a knife. The knife is too thin, and you cannot cut the door. You throw a chair, and hit a monitor. The chair and the monitor strike the floor. And the sound of breaking glass fills the room. You feel quite hungry. The door begins to open. What will you do?